The landscape is a product of the past, and sediment can tell a really cool story about the history of our landscape. In January, I took a group of students to the second college grant with the goal of coring Hellgate Pond.
Whenever I have to describe coring, I always try and use the metaphor of a thumb over a straw in a water cup. We put our tube down into the sediment, open it up to collect the sediment into the tube, and it keeps its order and its stratigraphy. And then as we're pulling it up, the suction at the top keeps it from falling out. We pull it all the way to the surface and then throw a cap underneath it and wrap it all up.
The goal was to try to collect as much sediment from the lake as possible to define the history of the landscape and climate through time. This research was funded by the Dartmouth Climate Collaborative and the program Dartmouth is a Living Lab. And the objective is to try to bring climate science to Dartmouth lands and the area surrounding them. The second college grant was a gift of many thousands of acres to Dartmouth to help support the institution in the early 1800s. And through time, that mission has continued, but also it's a place where people like to recreate and now a place of growing research interest.
Growing up in New England, I've always been really connected to the region's natural spaces. So I felt really lucky to be able to do outdoor fieldwork as a part of my research too. The fact that I'm able to do that in a place that I really love, and that's the grounding stage for what's probably going to become my senior thesis, is really exciting to me.
The group of students I brought were graduate students and undergraduate students. And I think one of the coolest aspects of this project was the opportunity to share and give this experience of how a research expedition functions and what we can learn about the techniques of collecting sediment cores, and then also the science behind what we'll learn from those cores.
I feel a little bit emotionally attached to the mud in those tubes because I know how much work it took. But I think being there during the collection process has made me really excited to see what we're going to find out about this pond.
We managed to find like 9 meters of sediment, which is a lot more than we expected. The trip is a really exciting part of the project. And then sort of the second part is to start to analyze the cores and figure out what questions these cores might be able to answer. To understand the timing of deglaciation and how the ice retreated through time, and then what that landscape looked like. And so there are like a lot of tools that we can use to think about how climate has changed in the past. One of the important things about studying past climate is it gives us a tool to evaluate models of future climate. And the way we do that is maybe by measuring changes in temperature or trying to estimate vegetation changes or precipitation changes, and then compare those with the output of climate models, which helps to improve their development. And that really helps us understand the future climate.